Hey guys, it's Dodo Games. Welcome back to another speed build. I decided to do something a little bit different and show a house tour of the home before the speed build portion. I thought it'd be interesting to do a house tour, show you what the interior looks like from a Sims perspective, I guess. I thought it'd be interesting to do because I've never done anything like this before. And I thought it'd be cool because I was inspired by a house tour to make this build. I saw a TikTok of this house. It was a beautiful Spanish revival home, and I was like, I want to recreate this house. I've been wanting to create a Spanish revival home for a while now, or something similar to it, because it's kind of like the style that's in Oasis Springss, but I've never really done it before. I was always kind of intimidated because I feel like I don't know that much about Spanish revival architecture or Spanish architecture in general. So I felt like recreating or being inspired by a real life home was a great start. So this house is set on a 30 by 20 lot, which means it is pretty small. It's like not tiny starter house home, but it is not like totally ginormous. It has 3 bedrooms and 3.5 bathrooms. Or I guess you could say 3 bathrooms because there's 2 half bathrooms and 2 full bathrooms. And it also has an office, a small sunroom, I guess, and some balcony space. As you saw earlier, again, living room, kitchen, dining, and a little cute breakfast nook area, and a small tiny pantry area that you will see later. So the house I was inspired by is this beautiful home in California, and I really wanted to try and recreate it to the best of my abilities. But unfortunately, I felt like what made it so special, it was kind of hard to do it in The Sims. But I really tried my best. And whenever I am trying to recreate a build, I look at the floor plan, kind of copy it, and then adjust it to make sense with the scale of The Sims. And also adjust what is and is not possible because of The Sims. For example, in the real life home, the living room is much taller, but it's not the same height as like 2 floors. It is supposed to be like an in-between, like a 1.5 floor height, I would say. And there was no actual room above the living room, but that didn't look good. So I decided to add an extra bedroom there. The bedrooms in the original house are really, really small, and I felt like that was not livable. This house has like this really prominent circle round tower portion of it. It was my first time trying out curved rooms in The Sims, and I kind of feel like I don't want to do that ever again because I feel like they didn't do it good, or they just need to fix curved rooms in The Sims. I'm not even sure if they realize that there is a problem with it. The room itself, I think, is confused. It acts as sort of like a diagonal, hexagonal or something room instead of a curved room. So whenever you place tiles down in the room, it either bleeds out onto the outside or onto the inside. And it just looks weird. Fortunately, this house, I was using tiles in the entryway and the outside, so you can't really tell. But up close, it's odd. It kind of glitches. Same with putting a platform next to the round room. It just does not work. Anyways, now we're on to the kitchen. I thought this kitchen was really nice. It's like an open concept. This house was originally pretty modern and contemporary, but I wanted to, I guess, traditionalize it some more because I thought that would be nice, and it was like an opportunity for me to use furniture that I don't always use. I did try to keep like some contemporary, some traditional stuff in this house. Later I did add some tiles in the kitchen, like a backsplash, but that is much later. I decided last minute that I wanted tile. And I created this cute little breakfast nook with a couch and a platform and some shelving. I thought that was really interesting. I saw it in a TikTok somewhere. I will link it or put the ad on the screen if I find it again. This house is mainly base game, but I do use some cats and dogs, a little bit of seasons, and the Desert Deluxe kit, which was free for a short period of time, so I hope you have it. I also like this house because I got to use these balconies. I believe they're called Juliet balconies. They're really cute. I don't know if you can actually step out onto them, but they look pretty. And it was just really fun to build this house and kind of look up what makes Spanish Revival architecture, the curved rooms, the arches, the white plaster stucco, the red tile roof. The red tile roofs are so cute. The balconies, etc. Here is a tiny half bathroom. I felt like this would be a perfect spot for a laundry room if you do have laundry day. It's pretty small. I think it would fit a laundry and dryer. Now we are upstairs, which has the bedrooms and the office area. Here we have a sunroom, sort of. It was listed as a sunroom on the original house, but no offense, I don't think it's a sunroom. I'm not a professional or anything, but it's not giving sunroom, it's giving hallway. It's giving tower. But regardless, I put some windows in there and just some seating. That'll be a nice place to read. And it leads into the master bedroom. I added this built-in seating area, which the original house also has, and I thought it'd be cute. I made it out of counters or cabinets and a size down ottoman with a beautiful 4-posted bed and a dresser. This is the master bathroom, pretty spacious. I love the marble tile, and it has a bath and a shower, some cabinets, open shelving, and cute decor. To the side is another bathroom that connects out into the hallway, but also connects to one of the other kids' bedrooms. I imagined the two kids would kind of, fight over which bedroom they wanted. So I imagined two teens. One of them would be like, I really want the room with the balcony. But to compromise, she doesn't get direct access to the bathroom with the shower. She does have a half bathroom in her room, which is, I think, still nice. And I felt like I wanted to lean into that with their personalities a little bit more. So the child who has this room, I would think they're more introverted. I gave them a pet frog, some collectibles. I thought this was a really cute room. I feel like I don't go for cool color schemes all that often when decorating a teen room. I thought this was cute, like a green purple color scheme. And I used some of the items that they released recently for free in the new update. It was for Pride Month. And I thought it was really nice because they have some that is pretty obvious, but they also have some that is subtle. So I used the shelf with this pretty purple green swatch. I believe that is for the gender queer flag, if I'm not mistaken. And now we're on to the next bedroom. I really loved this bed swatch from Seasons, I believe. It was this beautiful orange yellow bed. I was like, I don't think I've ever used this before, and I feel like this house is perfect for that. Very complimentary with the outside. So I was like, okay, we're going in. This daughter is a lesbian. I thought the colors were so beautiful with pink and red, the yellow, perfect. I was like, put the lesbian flag up right now. I used this new shelving as well with the subtle quote-unquote lesbian swatches, and the flag with the lights. I was like, that is really cute. It's like a really cute collage. I put these starlights up as well. Very, very cute. To be honest, I had no thoughts about the parents at all. I have like no idea what they do. I didn't really care about that at all, but I was really like honing in on the personalities of the kids. For the daughter, I was like, I feel like she has like a big bustling personality, very fun, very feminine. I feel like she would be really into fashion, sewing. I also gave her an easel. Maybe she's into painting, dyeing clothes. Like, I feel like she's a very DIY girl. That's what I pictured in my head. Like, I gave her this cool yellow mirror. I've never used that mirror in my life, but I thought it was perfect for this room. I give her like a table instead of a desk because I was like, oh, she probably needs more table space than an ordinary desk. Like, if she wanted to pull out a sewing machine or something, you know what I mean? That's what I was thinking. And I just felt like her having a balcony made the most sense. Like, maybe she wants to go outside, do some DIYs out on the balcony, paint, get inspired by the outside for her art. And I think she's very lucky because her balcony is bigger than the primary bedroom's balcony. Now we're on to the outside. So the outside landscaping I was actually very proud of. Even though it was largely inspired by the real life home, I was still very proud of what I did with it. So as you can see, I am building my own gate. Am I a genius or what? So I used this gate. It is a small short gate, but I decided to size it up and place it in between this like wall fence, and I was like, boom, garage gate right there. The outside has like this beautiful deck and a fire pit. Unfortunately, I don't have very many fire pits, and if I do, they're from Get Together, and I didn't want to add that item just for one item from Get Together, if that makes sense. I didn't want you to have to own Get Together for just a fireplace, so I didn't want to include it. I wanted to be very strict with using 3 packs. This garage entryway I was also very proud of. I created a pattern for the driveway out of this brick tile pavement. It works really well as a 2 tile pathway, but when it's 3 tile, it doesn't really work. So I just rotated a few times and created a pattern. I also saw this on TikTok. It was a while ago though, so I don't think I can find the video to where I was inspired to do this from, but it was very cool. And I placed a sort of retro car. I thought the teal of the car complemented the red very beautifully. This front area is kind of like a little cute courtyard, a bench. That's it. Seating, done. And I used these boxes that are in the base game debug / live edit sections for plants, because the real life house had like a lot of dirt and like these raised grass areas with like nothing on them, which I thought was interesting. I've never done landscaping like that before, just plain grass. I'm not used to that whatsoever, but I did that on the backyard as well. I thought this was actually a very pretty backyard. Put a lot of trees, some garden plots, use these seats from the Desert Luxe pack, and this fire pit. I don't believe it works because it is a debug fire pit. It might light up, but there's no way for the sim to control it. I just used it there for decoration purposes because I thought it'd be nice to have a fire pit. Honestly, landscaping like this is very difficult for me. I mentioned this in my last video, my Japandi speed build. I'm not used to not doing a super lush landscape but I tried my best to make it look natural yet a little bit more restrained. Added a lot of rocks, some ferns, aloe, I don't know how to say it, some succulents, palm trees, regular trees. Looking at this in Oasis Springss, honestly, it looks very, very hot, but in the real life house, I was like, oh my god, this house is actually really gorge. I feel like the trees provide a nice, cool breeze, and I really liked how the tree kind of breaks the deck a little bit right there. I thought that was like a cool detail, like building around the tree. I kind of want to do like a tree house in the future. Anyways, that is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Please like if you did enjoy, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.